What's up, guys? It's Chief Warren Officer Sexsmith from the Devils. Here for coming out with a brand new video today. Hey, stand by. It's gonna be a good one. What's up, guys? So today we're talking about weapon class systems on the Devils Brigade, airsoft team, and the rank structure. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm holding an M40 sniper rifle right now. All that I got from an old friend. But we're gonna start out with the rank structure, okay? I know, not as fun, but stand by. If you guys are in the Edmonton region, we are gonna be starting a Facebook page soon here. So if you guys are interested in joining, you can message me directly, or you can message one of my squad commanders, which we'll get into the rank structure right away here, okay? I promise. Alright, guys. So up first, I've got two different rank structures here. It's because I'm running two different factions of the team. So up first here, I know it's hard to tell some of the ranks. I'm going to go through all of them, okay? Don't worry. This way you guys can actually understand all of them. So when you guys first start off in the airsoft team, there's no promises we're going to have the actual rank pins or badges for you to stitch onto a uniform. Or if you guys start your own, don't make that type of promise. It's a little bit hard to get these types of badges. I was an Army cadet for about a year, and I was an Air cadet for 4 up here in Canada. Her fiance was an Army cadet for 6 years, so we both have a number of badges that we accumulated. But to start you guys off here, so up here, the first rank you guys are going to start out off on our team at least is a private. So you guys are going to have a blank sleeve. So if you guys look at anybody in the US military or the Canadian military on their rank badge, which would sit in the center of their uniforms, or if you're looking at their DEUs, they'll be on their sleeve. Even the US Army and the Canadian, or if the Canadians are in their dress uniform, their summer dress, it'll be on their collar, or others will have it on their shoulders if they're in the Air Force or the Navy up here in Canada. But we're not going to worry about that too much. Now we're just going to get into it here. Here for the ranks of our team. So when you first start off, like I said, you're going to start out as a private. No cool little rank badge to wear, or nothing fun like that. Your first promotion, I am the team captain. Basically, I'm the highest rank there can be. Nobody's going to get past me right now until I decide there's room for officers, or is that I decide I are ready to go. But for now, E1, enlisted 1, is your first rank. After that, you get up to E2, so that's private with 1 chevron. After that, you're going to go to E3, which is a corporal. That's another chevron underneath your private one, so it's this one right here, that's corporal. Now, for some of you guys that are there in the States, we don't have, I know you guys don't have a master corporal billet. You guys go straight to a sergeant billet, which is cool and all. But up here in Canada, we have what's called a master corporal. So once you hit master corporal, well, that's where you start taking on some senior duties in the Canadian Forces. On our team, you guys are still juniors. We're not going to be giving you guys a lot of responsibilities. Next up, you've got sergeant. Yes, you guys would think we have a master sergeant billet in Canada. We don't. Okay, this is sergeant. And so it's 3 chevrons with the maple leaf. And my apologies, master corporal is where you get your maple leaf as well. After that, I know these two are very small to see, Next, you've got Staff Sergeant. It's an American rank. It comes after Sergeant. A lot of you guys will understand that, which is good. Next up, you guys have Sergeant First Class, so that's the 3 chevrons and the 2 rockers, which is probably one of the best ranks in my opinion. For you guys to understand, up here in Canada, a Staff Sergeant and a Sergeant First Class. If you guys were in Air Cadets, a Staff Sergeant is a Flight Sergeant, and a Sergeant First Class was a Warrant Officer Second Class. So if you guys were in the Army, Warrant and Master Warrant, and for you guys in Sea Cadets, PO1 and Chief Petty Officer 2. Next up, we've got the Master Sergeant Billet. Yes, if you guys are in Canada, if you guys were Air Cadets, you might recognize this one as a Flight Sergeant badge. My team, in my time when I was promoted to Flight Sergeant, I'm taking my Flight Sergeant badge and I'm making it a Master Sergeant in here because it's got the crown on top, a little bit of specialty. After that, then you get into the Warrant Billets. So from there, we're gonna get into the Warrant Officer. Or in the Canadian Forces, it's the 3rd highest rank for enlisted members. They wear this beautiful little crown right here. Like I said, if you guys are in the U.S. Army, it'd be a Sergeant First, or a Staff Sergeant, sorry. After that, you've got Warrant Officer Second Class, so that's the crown with a wreath of maple leaves around it. I'm sorry guys, if you're from the States, we're predominantly running Canadian ranks here. That's how I decided to run this team. Everything, it's the choice I made. If you guys don't like it, there's not a lot I can do. Right, but oh well. Then after Warrant Officer Second Class, you've got Master Warrant. Again, it's a crown with a wreath around it. Different design of wreath though. Oh, you guys can see. This one has the maple leaves on it. This one does not. That Master Warrant Officer is where you'll start seeing, as we call it in Army Cadets, Drill Sergeant Major, Company Sergeant Major, or Flag Party Commanders, or Color Party, depending on your corps/squadron. We called it Flag Party when I first joined cadets, about 5 years ago. In Air Cadets, we wore the Warrant Second Class badge. Our rank structure is a little bit different. You guys will actually see almost the full Air Cadet rank structure in the next rank board I'll show you guys here in a couple of minutes. Up next, we've got the Chief Warrant Officer Billet. That's where I step in. I'm the Regimental Sergeant Major to the team. Hence why on my tunic, like if you guys ever catch a video of me wearing my tunic, or even on my tack vest, I have a Chief Warrant Officer slip-on my shoulders. I don't wear one in the center, or my combats don't allow for it. Right. On the bottom here, we've got a 15 Service Battalion shoulder flash. We're going to be running a couple of smaller little groups within. This is just an RCAC badge, Royal Canadian Army Cadets. This is our silver fitness. And then this is our level badge right here. This is our highest level badge. This is a Master Cadet right here. So that's after you've done 4 years of being normal cadet, or like a cadet to a sergeant, or to warrant, depending on your unit and how big it is. So you go green star, red star, silver star, gold star. From there, in the team, everybody's gonna, at some point, you guys are more than likely gonna be awarded one of those stars. You're not actually gonna get a little star to sew onto a uniform or anything, because we don't want these getting wrecked. Because for some of us, these are very hard to get. Here's a camp badge. This is drill and ceremonial instructor. It's 2 crossed swords with a wreath underneath. My girlfriend, fiance, whatever the hell you want to call her, went to camp for DCI, and she got her standard fitness, which is the badge beside it. So those two go together. And then that's, I believe, my Master Cadet badge, which that I received as a warrant officer, because I did halfway through my 4th year, or I received it, I believe. Alright, that's the Army side of things. Now we're gonna get over into the Air Force side of things, because I know some of the guys on my team, gals, guys, my apologies. I know some of you folks are Air Cadets in Canada. You guys are... I was an Air Cadet. My family is Air Cadets. I got respect for you guys, but Army's better. Or in a sense. Alright, so up next... Yes, this one's a lot bigger. It's because this one's going to be... At some point, we're actually going to write people's names on here. So, just like I was saying, first with the Army side of things, E1, which isn't, actually it is on here. So E1 is right here. Ignore the fact that it says cadets on it. Alright, so E1 is a blank slip-on, or again a blank sleeve, depending on what you've got. E2, you guys are going to be called leading air cadets or aviators. There's depending. Just like our next couple of billets are make a little bit more sense. I know you guys can see some Sharpie down here. I'll get into it. I don't have the badges for it, and I've changed things up on the Air Force side of things. So here, this is your E3 billet corporal. Again, 2 chevrons. Here, this is your Master Corporal billet. Air Cadets, yes, you guys are going to see it as a Flight Corporal badge. It's my airsoft team, my old cadet badge. I'm going to do what I want with it. It okay. Next up is E4, or I'm sorry, E5 Sergeant. Again, 3 chevrons. Because this is an Air Cadet badge, there are some differences between it. An Army Sergeant in Canada and Air Force Sergeant in Canada are the same rank. The Air Cadet system does it a little bit different than the Army and Sea Cadets. If you guys are cadets in Canada, you'll all know the difference. Trust me, you guys should know the difference. If not, later on a different video, I'll go through the rank structures of that for you guys, or I'll even show you guys how to polish your boots. Pretty nice, because a couple of my friends that were senior ranks along with me, we had some pretty nice parade boots. Alright, next up just like in the Army side of things, I know it's really hard to see, but after Sergeant, you guys are going to have Sergeant First Class. Again, 3 chevrons and a rocker. Then you've got your Sergeant First Class, us, and your Master Sergeant. Hence, like I said, I don't have a badge for them, so I do apologize for you guys. As with probably tomorrow or something, when I make a loadout video, you guys will see some of the rank badges or rank slip-ons that go on to the combats, because I've got a number of different uniforms for the whole team here right now. After that, you've got your First Sergeant. So again, it's a Flight Sergeant. Don't get jumpy. Easier, guys, trust me. It's just for your team. So you've got your First Sergeant billet. After your First Sergeant billet, then you got your, which is an E9. So E5, E6, E7, E8, E9. Up next is E10, which is Warrant Officer. Just after your First Sergeant, you guys will get a warrant slip. After that, we're going to jump straight to the Master Warrant Officer billet, and then straight into a Chief Warrant Officer billet. Okay? So that's the rank side of things. And that's where, or when you guys are looking at everything, if you guys see a sergeant badge, and I tried to put a healthy mix in there of everything. Some rank badges will be the way they are. If they're an upside down air cadet one, I understand I'm putting it on an American uniform, so it looks like it's an American rank, okay? Alright, next up we've got the weapons classifications, okay? So we're gonna start out hand-to-hand combat. Hands, they're perfect. If you're messing around with some friends, give them a couple of slaps. Don't walk up to some stranger. Never walk up to some stranger. It's a good way to get the cops called on you. Not fun. It's never happened to me personally, but it's not fun. And okay. It's happened to my friends, and they've said it's not fun. Number 2, a knife, okay? For me, I carry a pocket knife everywhere I go. I do temporary construction work, and I was an insulator for a little while, so I carry a pocket knife on me. And just in case something happens at a job site that you have to cut the laces of a steel-toed boot, which you hope never happens, but there have been some instances where I've heard the stories from actual construction workers. They think it's smart to carry one, so I carry one. And even during an airsoft match, a pocket knife works great. For me, I just carry a little stiletto that I've tightened up. I have a very strong flick when I open it, so I can go and just push it at the back and up here, right here, and this little one right here. I open very quickly. I use that to cut tape, anything I need. Even if there's a box or some wrap of some sort I need to cut, it works perfect. But I also use this on my airsoft rifles, as if I have to. So to start out, we're not jumping into the rifles right away. We're gonna start at the smallest. After the knife, we've got a pistol here, okay? So to start you guys off here, this is my GTP-9. It's a 9x19mm airsoft pistol. Shoots 6mm BBs. It's green gas operated. The magazine is a 17-shot magazine. I've loaded 22 into it before. It works perfectly fine. Gas intake is right here. Works perfectly. It's very simple, very quick. Not fun to get shot by without the padding on, as I learned very quickly. So there's the magazine. Now the rest of the pistol is pretty easy to operate. Great. This is a green gas blowback, so every time you take a shot, it blows back. So I'm just showing you guys, but when you pull the trigger, it goes, you know. It's just like a real one. Now, if something happens that this weapon jams, it's really easy to undo. So your magazine's in, okay? You can see, magazine goes in. You've released it from the back position. There you can see, that's the magazine. There's the barrel, the silver tab right here. The inside rams the BB in. You're fired. You pull it back. If something happens that it jams, safety your weapon first. Trigger discipline, guys. Trust me. Cadets, you guys know your trigger discipline. Drop your magazine out. Who cares if it's loaded? It ain't gonna do jack shit. From there, on a GTP-9, you've got little pull tabs right here. You guys are gonna pull them down, and the upper receiver is gonna slide off. There's your lower. You can see right through That's the magazine wall. Well, it's pretty easy. When you guys are stripping it down, you're gonna pop the spring out, take it out, don't lose. Very important. You guys are gonna push the inner liner of the barrel and the actual silver lining barrel forward, and you guys are gonna end up with just what that looks like. A hollow upper receiver. Doesn't do anything. You guys are gonna pull the inner lining barrel out. As you guys can see, mine is clear, but per se it jams. So you're gonna take a little unjamming rod under something. You're gonna push the BB through, or if you want to, not a lot of people are fans of it. I do it because I'm messing around with some friends. I use this as a little blowgun actually, and I'll shoot a BB at my friend, but I'll aim at their chest or something, or their arm, not the face area. After that, reassemble, slide the inner barrel in, get the upper receiver, slide both the barrels through, line it up, take the spring, lock it in. There you go. There's your upper receiver rebuilt. And then you take it, point up. Please point up. Or if you guys have to, point down. If you guys are at an indoor range, do something, point down, or even point up. It's the safest spot because all it's going to do is ricochet off. It's going to lose velocity coming down because it's a metal roof most times. After that, slide it back a few times. Yes, it's going to look inappropriate. Who cares? Some of you guys are adults, so don't be making little kid jokes out of it. And slide it back. Make sure it's sliding properly. If it is, then you guys can put your magazine back in, pull it back, chamber a BB, and off you go. Okay? That's the pistols. Next up, we've got our short to mid-range AR-15s. Now, for you guys down there in the US, I understand, and I owe this to Toronto Airsoft channel. Well, I've been watching them for the last little while. They're actually part of the reason I'm doing this now. In the States, you guys are required to have the orange tip. Up here in Canada, we're not. If you see an orange tip on a BB gun, it's because it's been imported from the US and it's meant to be used on a US field. With everything that's going on down there, some of these guns, it's hard to tell the difference. A lot. This one, I can take outside. I'm not going to do any harm with anybody. I don't, though. I had an experience in the past I'm not going to get into. But this one, right now it's off safety. There's no magazine. And it's an automatic electric gun. The motor's fried on it. I made a dumb mistake, but I fried it, so I just keep it around for parts now. And that is where the knife comes in handy. So I was saying, I use these little nubs that you use to open the knife up. I use that to push the pins out that hold the gun together. So there's a pin right here. So you guys can see it's popped out a little bit. Now it's popped out a lot. And the whole upper receiver is going to come off the lower in stock. Just like that. Still nothing out of it. Charging handle. Again, just cosmetics. At the end it hooks onto a spring, which I had to cut because it was getting in the way when it was still functioning. Then you've got the inner lining, or the inner barrel. It's pretty easy to replace. Now if you guys are looking for some fun and you're just plinking or whatever, if you guys are just doing a little bit of target practice in your basement, I was doing this one day at home. I took the actual brass barrel out of the cover and everything, the grip and everything. And I just slid it onto my C7 that I have, which I'll show you guys after, because I've got my C7 kind of loaded out. But, you know, I took it, and I was shooting a cardboard box, and I was just messing around to test how fast, to see how it would work. Works pretty well. It's kind of fun just to shoot without the barrel over top or anything. And it's just a fun little time waster, or if you're bored waiting for someone to come over, or whatever you want to do. Reassembly is very simple. For this, you guys just have to take the barrel, slide it back in all the way down, charging handle because it's broken. Again, very simple, just slide it in all the way. After that, you're going to take it, slide it over, or the spring and everything, which is in here, all the electric components, all the way back, push that pin back in, and you're set to go. Oh, it is an adjustable stock. This is the right side. If you've got somebody that's below this height of, I would say 5'5", so between 4'10" and 5'5" for girls or guys, is the G&G M4 is ideal because you can compact it so it's very small. Or if you're a little bit of a larger guy or gal, it works good for you. I'm a 6 foot tall person, and when I'm in my combat boots, I'm about 6'2.5", so it's not exactly ideal for me because it doesn't rest the way I want it to. It was my first gun, and after I did some airsofting with some friends a long time ago, that was about 12 years ago. I'm just about 20 now, so probably just about 13 years ago now. But it works good. If you guys go check out Toronto Airsofting.com, it's an airsoft shop in Toronto, Ontario. They've got some really cool stuff. They've got some really cool videos. So go check them out and go see what they're like. Next up, after the short or mid-range, we're going to get into our medium long range. That's where my favorite one comes in. So here we've got my AEG G&G C7A1. Yes, I have duct tape on it. That's cosmetics. I'm trying to find a way to camouflage it because I want to kind of inspire my team to camouflage their stuff too. Now to start off with on it, everything works perfectly with this. Charging handle, you pull it back, snap it forward, it works perfectly. Again, cosmetic. Same with the forward assist. If you guys have an AEG to control your hop up on your M16, your C7, will usually be right in here. That's usually where all the best parts are. That's how you guys control your hop and everything. Again, orange tip is for the States. Up here, not fully required. If you guys are walking into a field though, gotta have a case of some sort, or for whatever you're using. This unfortunately is too big for any of the cases that I own right now, so I need to find a custom one, or I need to build one. Yes, I build custom parts for my firearm, or for my airsoft guns. I built my own leg holster, or I'm working on building some other things for my team. But I'll show you guys those in other videos too. And I'll show you guys how to build them. Really easy, like 5-minute craft projects. Alright, so we're gonna start from the back here. Alright, so in here you've got your battery pack, everything, fuse too. Very simple to access. Just this little trap door here. Hangs out in stock. Release pin. It's that little black nub there. Opens it up. There you go. Grip is very comfortable. I like the grip. As I said, I'm a 6'2" guy in my combat boots. I'm 6'1" without them. Next up, safety switch. It is not ambidextrous. The safety switch is right here. Here, that's semi-auto, full auto, and then safety. So I can't push the trigger down all the way and actually discharge anything. Magazine, well, just like an M4, they both use the same magazines. You can see, put them in, they fire perfectly. You can use your high cap, mid caps, and they work beautifully. There's nothing special about the grip. It's just long. It's comfortable, so if you got bigger hands, you got some spots to grip. There's only there's 4 rails on here. There's the top one attached to the top receiver, and then here there's one right there, one here, and then there's one here. I use it to hold things on with some zip ties right now because a couple of my things are broken, and so I zip tie them. So there's 4 rails on this gun. The sight that comes with the C7A1, it's just under a 4 power magnification, and I'm not a fan of it, so I've got a, what is this? I've got a Nexstar ACOG sight. It's got 3 little different colored lasers in it. They're built in, so if you guys can see there, and there, maybe not, but right now it's on blue. Maybe not. Might have just died on me, but in here I've got blue, red, and green. I picked this up at Comics Hobby. I think it was about 40 or 50 bucks when I bought it, but it's a good little sight. And for me, I run the ACOG sight with the iron sight of an M4 because I'm a marksman. So for my loadout, what I do is I fasten the iron sight on first. Right. For some of you guys, if you guys are in Canada and you guys have seen some of the reserve videos, the C7A2 has the back iron sight and the front iron sight. That's very much how I was doing this. Loadout doesn't affect it, it just makes it so when you look at it, you're looking through a little peephole or a really tiny little peephole. Well, if you guys can see it, it's right here. It's very tiny. Very hard to pick somebody off with it if you're like me. Next up, then I put the ACOG on in front of it. And some people, when they're securing their ACOGs, they have an iron sight on here, or they will usually run it further up the rail. I don't like that. I like being able to pick my target and have it very straightforward until I can afford a hybrid sight, which is not very cheap here in Edmonton, even though things in Edmonton are pretty, you can get them fairly cheap. But that's the loadout I run, so it's very much an M16 style weapon I use. Suppressor is a Navy SOCOM style. On here it has a Navy SEAL emblem. My old roommate traded me for the flash hider that I had on here, or that he had, so he just traded me for the suppressor. I was going to buy it off him, but I traded him for it. And we made that full trade, and I was tired of having it jut out even more, I like the honey badger style where it's integrated. So it's like, well, instead of trying to build one, I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna pull a piece of the foam out that's in it, because it's got two pieces of foam inserts that go in there. So I just pull them out. Oh, and then I just used some duct tape and I taped it on, and then I put the tactical rail on so I can attach more to it when I want to. In the back here, I've got room for one more attachment. It's a little pack of some sort. I'm gonna find something to put in there. It's too small for a magazine, so I'm gonna find something to put in there. Maybe an extra pack of batteries. Find a way to cover it so that the batteries don't fall out. Oh, but I'll find something for that. That's your mid to long range weapon. And again, it's an automatic electric gun. Works very fun. Next up, we've got our sniper rifle. Oops, I guess I had it loaded. So here, this is the M40. It's missing a sight. It's the way I got it. I'm gonna buy a new one. I think a sight for that is about 85 bucks Canadian. I don't know what it would be for you guys down in the States there. And if I remember correctly, I believe this is a G&G model as well. But it's single bolt action. So here's the control bolt. That's how you push it up from the insert slot here. That's how you push it forward, slap it down, and then you can shoot it. It's a very nice little gun. The hop up for it, the control for the hop on it is right here. That little nub that you can see, it's right there. So you're gonna slide it around. That'll control the hop to normal. So if you're outside, you can control how it works or how the BB fires. On here, the sling mount is broken when you got it. It's got the cheek riser, or the way I've got it set up right now is I can't use it fully because I've got my sling attachment points running through it, because it's the way I like it. Same thing up here. This rifle here has, as you guys can tell, I had to duct tape the sling on because of the way I have it. But on this one, you guys have two rails. One here, one here. This one was covered. I tried building my own custom bipod out of golf clubs. I take golf clubs, I can beat them up pretty good. But I have access to some fun little tools I use. So I'll actually show you guys in later videos too. Again, lots of later videos to come. The team I have, we're going to be running like a full military outfit style with a regimental sergeant major, company sergeant major, drill sergeant majors, flag party commanders, you name it. We're going to have it. And I've got everything kind of built up already. Besides that, here's the magazine insert. The button right here is the magazine drop. So you insert it in, you can fit, I think, about 22 shots in the magazine I have. So you'll put it in, pull the bolt back, that'll cock it, you fire it, and you repeat that for however many shots you have. So if you're a marksman, you're doing 5 shots at a time. You're only pumping it 5 times, sorry, because you know it's up, back, bang. Something like that, right? Excuse the head jerk. If you guys have a bipod and you're up on something and you want to control it, on the back here you've got a hand grip. That's what this cutout is. So you can place it up on something put your hand right there. It looks like you're grabbing your armpit, and you're gonna fire. On here, from some of the videos I've watched, you go to your military simulations or your mil sims, and sometimes it's wise to carry just a little pocket knife or something. And in case something happens, my team, we're gonna have things just in case we really need them. But on my M40 is as legal as it'll look. Even in Canada, I cannot legally be charged for it because it's dull as all hell. It's a butterfly trainer. I bought this at Comics Hobby for about $30. It's dull. Well, I go to even just cut my hand, and it's a very rounded edge, or straight edge, sorry. It's not very sharp. Actually, it's dull as all hell. Does no damage. And it's simply, if you want to melee somebody in an airsoft game, come up, give them a little jab. You don't need to come down on them with the fist of God. Right? Don't give them fist of God. That'll get you kicked off the field really quick. And it's not fun getting kicked off the field. Within my team, because I'm going to train them for other things, for the hell of it, just because I can. And I'm not going to try to pull it out, but this is an actual combat knife. This is my girlfriend's combat knife that I have zip tied onto the carry strap. It's fastened in there, so if one of our friends is running around, the knife isn't going to slide out of the sheath and get lost, because this is not a nice or a cheap knife to replace. It's okay, trust me, it's not cheap. Overall though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I say, I'm gonna be making a Facebook page here really quick for the airsoft team. It's gonna be called the Devil's Brigade. If you guys are looking to join and you guys are in the Edmonton, Alberta region, and you guys can message me directly through the Facebook page, it'll be open. And so if you guys want to join, message me. You guys will get put through a little bit of a screening process, because I don't want any troublemakers on my team or anything. It's just the way I am, because I plan on joining the service one day too. So this is to help people that want to join the service, because you're going to learn some valuable skills. Blah, 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 whatever the hell you want to learn. You're going to have plenty of experience, because a number of us are ex-cadets, some of us are ex-military, or some of us are coming from family that are ex-military. But yeah, other than that, catch you guys later. This is Chief Warrant Officer Smith, signing out.